Welcome to the fundamentals, learning the basics of good mental health. So why am I covering the fundamentals, and what are the fundamentals? Well, I guess the fundamentals are our foundation. So as a human being, there are certain things that we need to do to function well. You wouldn't build a house without a solid foundation. It would be pointless. You'd be putting up walls and they'd fall down. There'd be no solid walls for the roof to sit on. So a strong foundation is an important first step. And it's the same for ourselves as human beings. For good physical and mental health, we need to be doing certain things well and then working on other things on top of that. Unfortunately, when we get stressed and overwhelmed, we often forget these important factors. When we get busy and rushed, we think, I'll be okay, I don't need to eat. Or if I stay up until 3 a.m. and only sleep for 2 hours, I'll be fine. At least then I'll get my work done. Unfortunately, those are not good decisions and not helpful ways of being. So I do understand that sometimes we get stressed and sometimes things shift, and sometimes we did have healthy habits. Maybe 6 months ago things were great, but then we moved city and our schedules got thrown out. So it's very easy for our lives to get disrupted and for us to forget about the fundamentals. So I thought it would be helpful just to cover them again, to have this free course so that people could go through it when they feel they needed to check in on where they're sitting with the different areas that I'm covering. And as I've already said, it is good to recheck on how we're doing in these areas because our life changes can cause us to adjust our behaviours. So what are we going to cover today? A number of topics which are quite simple and straightforward. So we're going to cover eating, sleeping, exercise, social support, the importance of play, fun, downtime, whatever you like to call it. And then there'll be a bonus lecture as well at the end. So although these are quite simple topics, I'm sometimes quite surprised by how people have incorrect perceptions of different things. So for example, we're provided with so much information and a lot of it isn't necessarily evidence-based. And it gets confusing. We don't know what is correct and what's not correct. How many hours are we supposed to sleep every night when we're told that celebrities might only sleep 5 hours a night? However, the evidence proves to us that we need to be sleeping as an adult 7 to 9 hours every night. So we'll just be covering each of those topics briefly, but in a little bit of detail. So that's the introduction, and I hope to see you in the first section.